Hi, this is TJ from TJTrue.com, bringing you the tips and strategies to create, grow, and preserve your Black generational wealth. And before we get into this video, if you would hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification button, I would really appreciate it. And let's get right into it. So, today I want to talk about wealth accumulation. Wealth accumulation in the Black community and how important it is. Recently, and tragically, one of our greats, DIahann Carroll, died. Now, DIahann Carroll, um, unless you're like my age or older, you might not know exactly who this woman is, but she was the first black woman to win a Tony for a role that she did in a Broadway musical. She was an actress, a singer, and a fashion model. And she worked for about 65 years doing these things, mostly acting. This woman accumulated between 20 or it was either 20 or 28 million dollars in her lifetime. She had one daughter, married four times, but she had one daughter and she had 28 million dollars. Now, I want you to think about wealth accumulation in the way that you could be, not you can't be the next DIahann Carroll because there's really could only be one. Also, she was on Dynasty, so and well, you probably don't know anything about Dynasty. It was a soap opera, one of the original soap operas that people were obsessed with back in my day. And she broke so many like barriers for black women in acting because she was one of the first black women on TV in roles that were not like stereotypical mammy slave or those kind of things. Like she was the one. So look her up, watch some of the things that she did. You won't be disappointed. But I bring her up because wealth accumulation doesn't just have to happen for a rich and famous person in the black community. Wealth accumulation could be something that you do privately to yourself. You don't have to be famous. You don't have to have a giant house or 38 cars or a tiger, Mike Tyson, or an entourage of over 100 people, MC Hammer. But you could be accumulating the type of wealth that could break these type of barriers. Can you imagine what your descendants could do with $28 million dollars to fund their educations, to start their businesses, to invest in the newest and latest great technology? Can you imagine if you had uh, your grandparents and parents had $28 million dollars before Apple came out and you learned of Apple? Like when I was in high school, my advanced placement economics teacher told us to invest in Apple. I didn't have a cent to my name as a foster child with nothing, relying on scholarships to go to college. I had nothing. So I had no money to invest, but we were told early on, invest in Apple. Didn't do it. I could be, I could have had, shoulda, woulda, coulda. These are the things that we need to be anticipating for our next generations. Things that because you never know what's going to happen, what the next invention that's going to innovate the world is. The money that people could have invested in Microsoft if they had had people who provided for them the way DIahann Carroll did for her family is what I'm saying. Like you might not ever become a millionaire, but you might have a house or two, or a business or two, or something that somebody else can become a millionaire using. So think about that when you are in your day to day and you're making your plans for your future. I want you to create your plans thinking about how they're going to affect your children and grandchildren and great grandchildren because it is important and do need to be thinking about these things. And my background is terrible, but that's what I want to talk to you about today. Wealth accumulation. Do it like DIahann Carroll did it.